Hello everyone, welcome back. This is B from The Limitless. I hope you're all having a wonderfully productive day. What comes to your brain when someone talks about becoming a millionaire? Inheriting a fortune? Working day and night all life? Scamming thousands of people? Becoming a surgeon or a lawyer? Well, on one hand, all these things might make you a millionaire, but this isn't what Chris Hogan found out when he met 10,000 millionaires and inquired them about how they became millionaires. In his book, he busts all the myths that a normal person believes about becoming a millionaire. You might encounter people who try to convince you that you won't make it, but don't worry, there's a simple trick that makes these people disappear. Prove them wrong. British distance runner Roger Bannister is a great example of this. In his time, it was a common consensus that a person could not simply run a mile in under 4 minutes. There were even people who thought that the strain would make a runner's heart explode. But Bannister proved them wrong by running a mile in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. And once Roger had done it, other people started to embrace the idea. 6 weeks later, someone else even did it faster than Bannister had. Becoming a millionaire is similar. If you look around, you'll see that others have done it too, and it's possible for you as well. Now let's deal with the beliefs people have regarding millionaires. Most wealthy people earn their money through hard work and they deserve it. For some reason, people like to assume that wealthy people must have been either incredibly lucky or born with a silver spoon in their mouths to get where they are. But guess what? 79% of the people in the author's book received no inheritance whatsoever. It was hard work, sacrifice, and sticking to a plan that got them where they are. Take Thomas for example. He grew up poor in a home riddled with alcoholism and dysfunction. Both his parents died young. Thomas got his PhD, but he didn't jump into a flashy, high-paying job. Instead, he taught math for 37 years. By the time he retired, his net worth was $2.6 million. He saved money steadily by avoiding debt, paying in cash, working extra when possible, and investing wisely. But an average person is just unable to see the hard work behind the accomplishment. There is enough opportunity out there for everyone, luck or no luck, inheritance or none. We have to believe it. Wealthy people don't get that way by taking foolish risks. When you think of a wealthy person, you may think of a flashy Wall Street trader making audacious deals. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but real life isn't like that. The idea that wealthy people make risky investments is just a myth. For example, not one of the millionaires in the author's study mentioned investing in single stock and putting all their eggs in one basket, because it is simply very risky. Just like the new cryptocurrency wave, they're 100% risky, the kind of thing most millionaires avoid. They also avoid low-risk investments because they earn a very low reward. So what do they invest in? They put their money in growth stock mutual funds which balance a reasonable diversified risk with a good potential for growth. Which brings us to another myth, that millionaires are all about getting rich quick. The truth is, millionaires are in it for the long haul. 95% of millionaires took more than 10 years to get to where they are today. Most hadn't earned their first million until they were 49. The whole notion of getting rich quick is just a fantasy, one that takes people's focus away from proven methods of wealth creation. Even Hogan remembers getting seduced by the promise of quick wealth back in 1990s. Convinced by a friend's impressive fast returns, he sunk his money into a single stock. He soon found out just how risky this was, ending up $25,000 poorer before he finally came to his senses and cut his losses. Most millionaires don't go to fancy schools or have high-paying jobs. To get into a millionaire club, you need a prestigious education and a high-status job, right? Well, there's a kernel of truth in that. 88% of the millionaires in the author's study have a bachelor's degree. By every measure, a college education is a valuable thing. But that doesn't mean that education needs to be a brand name one. Ask the millionaires. 62% of them got their degrees from a public state school. There's nothing wrong with private schools, of course, but a year at the average private school ends up costing $40,000 in total. State schools, on the other hand, are about $20,000. Many people turn to student loans so that they can attend a private school. One of the worst mistakes you can possibly make. They can ruin your life. Millionaires understand the importance of staying debt-free in their college years so they can start saving money at the start of their careers. A millionaire's career doesn't necessarily involve high-paying jobs. The household income of 30% of them has never reached six figures per year. The top three professions are engineer, accountant, and teacher. So it turns out that most millionaires are normal people with normal jobs. The buck stops with the millionaires who take responsibility for their own financial success. Hogan's research team found that while 56% of Americans were very worried about their retirement, very few were actually doing something about it. Millionaires understand that they are responsible for what happens to their finances and work hard to attain and maintain their wealth. Most millionaires stay in control of their financial lives by practicing intentionality. Intentionality is the difference between deciding and sliding. If you are sliding through life without a plan, you're not in control. Deciding, on the other hand, is about being in control and making conscious choices. Take millionaire couple Frank and Alice for example. Frank's father was a German immigrant. He couldn't imagine living beyond his means or incurring debt. This forced Frank to change himself, and when he worked on Wall Street, he was intentionally choosing to educate himself about investment and building wealth, rather than spending money on shiny new things. Today, Frank and Alice have a net worth of $6 million. Millionaires set smart goals for themselves and make sure that they achieve them. One thing about millionaires is that when they say they'll do something, they do it. And they set SMART goals for themselves. SMART being an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time sensitive. And then they commit to their goals. The coach. Now, if this video was able to add any value to your life, please like this video, comment down below, share it with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe to The Limitless.